What's going on, everyone? This is Fighting Words with Kevin Shells. Shells, here you go.
Kev, 8 Count Sports, another show, UFC 270.
Yo, Kev, 270, bro. This is, first of all, I know this is late, but Happy New Year. First show of the year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, fam, man.
Happy New
I
Year,
hope you
bro.
enjoy it. The holidays and all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that same
Yo,
thing for
unfortunately, I had the
everybody that's
COVID.
watching. Huh?
I had the COVID, so I brought the New Year with the COVID, man.
Oh, I'm glad you good.
Yeah, man. We
I'm
here,
glad you
man. We
good.
here. We
You're
here.
supposed to be
We here,
good for
man.
another 90 days.
Well, for real, if you catch it, you get a natural immunity.
That's what I heard for 3 months, but man, they don't know what they talking
Man,
about.
listen, man. We're not doctors. We analysts. But yes, UFC 270. This is the heavyweight bout that we all been waiting for. The championship fight between Francis Ngannou and the challenger Cyril Gane. This is a big one, Kev. This one is big on many levels. Forget that we now have Francis most, it seemed like his most challenging opponent.
Yeah.
Forget that they had the same coach in Fernand Lopez. Forget that there's tapes coming out, footage of them sparring where you see Cyril tagging up Francis Ngannou a little. It seems like there's a little psychological warfare
Yeah,
going on,
yeah.
you know. But on a deeper level, this is Francis Ngannou's going up against the culture at the UFC in a way.
Against the industry.
Because the industry, yeah, because right now he's fighting without re-signing his contract. And if he loses, he'd be a free agent. I know we spoke about this before, how all it takes is a big name to have free agency and things could get shaken up. There's a possibility if he loses. But if he wins, he'll still be the champ. So he'll still be on the contract, but he don't have to fight. He could wait it out.
Okay.
And when the year's up, that he'd be 100% a free agent.
Yeah.
This is definitely what we're gonna talk about, because one of his main gripes, besides the pay, which is damn near every UFC's gripe with the management over there,
right,
is the fact that he wants a boxing clause in his contract. He wants to be a boxer. Yeah. He wants to fight Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury's calling him out.
Right. He doesn't want to make. He wants to make more than from what I'm hearing, 600 grand, $500 and $600.
Yes, 500 to 600 grand to fight. Yeah.
More than that. And listen, man. I mean, as far as these contracts are concerned, the UFC, they've always had the leverage in negotiation. They are the brand. They're the name as far as MMA is concerned.
This got a monopoly over the whole industry.
You can say that.
Basically,
you can say that. Yeah. It's interesting in the sense I was looking at the contracts. Like George Pierre, GSP, he hasn't fought in years, and he's still in the contract. John Jones is still in the contract. Like these guys, Conor McGregor, these guys are under contract. You know, the significance of this fight, if Ngannou can win this fight and be like the champion and have that kind of legitimacy to his name, and be a free agent, I mean, this could set the bar for so many things, so many other fighters. I mean, the fight is important. See, to become the free agent and all of that and taking care of business this Saturday is important. But what happens after is even more important once he becomes the free agent. Yeah. That could set the path for everybody else. You know, maybe Bellator may be able to offer him a certain amount of money. I mean, he'll be that coveted. And you know, another thing is too, maybe he can do, I was thinking if other guys get out of their contracts, not even other guys, he can do one-offs with Triller and things like that with other guys that used to have a name. He can still have that star attraction, because even if he's beat him tomato cans, he's still the UFC champion. I don't care.
The UFC champ, exactly.
He left with that cachet. So this is an interesting thing. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out after, because what happens after Saturday, if Ngannou wins, is just as important as what happens on Saturday night. If he kind of has to set the path, because this could go the other way too. He could become a free agent and it could go left. Like what he does after that, it could go left, and it could make UFC look like, man, we know what, we need to stay here. You know, so it depends how this plays out. There's a lot of important factors to it.
About the point you just made, this is the first championship bout in recent memory where what could happen after the fight is just as interesting as the actual fight itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just it's not just who's gonna win, Ngannou or Ngannou.
Mm-hmm.
What's even bigger is what's Ngannou gonna do after this, whether he wins or
Right.
loses. Because even if he loses,
Right.
he still has some kind of star power, and he'll
Oh,
be a free
absolutely.
agent. He
Absolutely.
wouldn't have as much if he's a champion, but he'll still be Francis Ngannou.
It's the optics. I always say, like, when it comes to the entertainment business, I say this a lot.
Unless Ngannou completely
My
dominates him.
opinion,
If Ngannou completely dominates him, it's crazy. If
I
Ngannou
mean,
completely
if he wins,
dominates
if he
him,
wins in a firefight, I mean, obviously, you know, my
hold on, if
my wrestling fans gonna get this analogy that I'm saying. I wonder if, sometimes we talk about boxing is crooked, and I wonder if that converts to the MMA. Like when we say crooked, like a lot of shady things happening behind the scenes. Is there a chance that Ngannou could win a decision? I mean, let's not even talk about fighting styles. Let's say
so basically
this fight went to decision. It went to a decision. And Ngannou was doing his thing. You think he'll actually get a decision win?
if
I mean, even if he won, do you think he's leaving there with the belt if
Bruh.
anything without a knockout?
that question is so crazy to me because I can't even see him winning any other way but by knockout.
Yeah. But I'm saying
If it go, if it goes to decision and he wins, I'm gonna say it's rigged. If Ngannou
If he
wins,
won.
go by this. If he wins, if it goes to decision, it means because right now this focusing on the fight itself, not even what can happen afterwards. What makes this fight so intriguing, just on like a fighting style point of view, is you have power on one side and technicality on the other.
To me, bro,
someone who moves like no other heavyweight has ever moved forward in Cyril Gane, versus the most powerful hitting heavyweight in UFC history. So you have the ultimate it's the ultimate question. What's better, technicality or power? That's always been a question, especially in the heavyweight conversation. And now you have it right here. So if it goes to decision, it will mean to me that Gane's technicality held him for 5 rounds, and Ngannou was unable to touch him with that power hit because it just takes 1 or 2 from Ngannou. It just takes 1 or 2 from Ngannou. So if it goes to decision, I don't see if it goes to decision, it'll be 1 or 2 things. It'll either be because Gane is so skillful that Ngannou wasn't touching him, or it'll be another Ngannou and Derek Lewis fight.
Oh man.
Whatever, yeah. Can you imagine if it's become that? Like, and I don't see it because Derek Lewis is another power. It's another power puncher.
And Gane.
So it was power in that fight. It was power puncher versus power puncher.
Yeah.
But this one is technicality. So to decision, I don't see. If it goes to decision and Ngannou wins, I'm gonna say it's rigged. But then again, I always say to beat the champ, you got to beat the champ, and the champ always gets the benefit of the doubt. So
the reason why I asked that question wasn't because of the technical aspect or anything like that. I asked that question off the strength of, like in boxing, a lot of times when a favorite goes into a fight, the guy, the A side, and let's say the decision goes like the other guy's been outboxing him, all of that. It always tends to go in the way of the superstar. Like the decision goes there, everybody's upset, and eventually everybody gets over. And then I'm thinking like, so my wrestler heads out here, my wrestler heads out here know what I'm talking about. Survivor Series, the Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart and Vince McMahon, where Bret had the belt and had was one. He went to Survivor Series. The fight was supposed to go this way. Vince McMahon went out there, rang the bell on them. They got out of there with the belt. And I just wonder if this went to any kind of decision, if Dana White and them going to let him leave with the belt, the UFC would let him leave with the belt.
That's the question I was going to bring up. Who's a bigger? Because in that situation, Ngannou's the bigger star.
He's not, bro. He wouldn't be under contract.
No. I was just going to say this.
That's what I'm saying.
Just from the fans. Yeah, that's a layered question because just from the fans' point of view, Ngannou's the bigger star. But who's the UFC's going to back?
It ain't no who. It would be Gane. There's no who. He's under contract. You about to leave and make money elsewhere. Come on, man.
So Francis, like, I don't think he was gonna do so anyways, but you're right, he definitely cannot leave it to the judges. Let's get into it. Let's get into predictions.
Predictions makes no
But
difference.
you take the
You
floor.
go
You take the
first.
floor.
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, when I look at everything and the build to this fight, it feels like everything is leaning in the direction of Gane. Everything, every day. Outside of power, you mentioned technicality, everything else too. He has the former coach that coached Ngannou. They sparred together. So that element of fear, like sometimes when you have like a Tyson and guys that have, there's an intimidation factor. They have you seen their body of work, they get into the ring. Ngannou has that. He has that it factor. I'm pretty sure guys get in the ring and know. Like there's a bit of timidity, like makes them a little timid. I think that the fear factor won't be there for Gane either, that intimidation, because he's already sparred with him. He's been in there rounds with him. So
Yeah,
that's
I
gone.
think so too.
You know, the reference would be Tyson and Spinks. Everybody remembers Mike Spinks beat Larry Holmes as the heavyweight champion of the world. Here's this young Mike Tyson who's this big buzz. And and the mythical story is, the legend is that pre-fight, Tyson punched a hole in the wall in the dressing room and Spinks saw it. So when you watch the fight, Spinks' eyes are like this big the whole round that they fought. One round. That won't be there in this fight, where it's probably Ngannou has probably had that advantage in prior fights. All that being said, technicality, Gane, he moves like water. I'm looking at the tail of the tape. Cyril Gane is 6'3", 245 pounds to Ngannou's 6'3", 250 pounds. These two dudes are around the same size. So, I mean, when I look at it, everything points to Gane. But despite everything pointing to Gane, and I know that's the more recent thing, I think the last time I saw Ngannou in the ring, he showed vast improvement when he fought Miocic the second time. This is a different fighter. And all of that has come from with him being in a different training camp. He's not just wailing, throwing punches. He can wrestle. He can stop a takedown. He's doing so much other things. And that's just with Miocic. He sparred against Gane already. So I'm pretty sure he has an idea of what he does. They have tape on Gane. I feel that I think that under the pressure, he's going to show up. This fight, I think this fight is more to Ngannou. I think they're probably getting him up. He's probably pretty fired up. He seems really confident about this fight. So, with sparring, they're talking about all these things that I'm pretty sure Ngannou, for him to be this confident, I'm pretty sure he had success against Gane as well in the sparring. So this is going to be a good fight. I feel like Ngannou's going to take it. I think he'll knock him out. He'll land something. One thing about Ngannou, his punches, he's not exactly orthodox. His punches come, what I mean orthodox is his punches, they come wild. They come from angles. When they come in, it's like a barrage and you can't block everything. So we'll see how this one goes. I'll go with Ngannou. I know it's not the popular pick.
What round?
First round.
First round?
Yeah, because if it go rounds, I don't know. This dude is different from Stipe. This kid is young. He's 31. Yeah. He's fresh. He hasn't taken a lot of punishment. He moves. And once he gets his distance, when he figures out his distance, he starts to, leg kicks. Derek Lewis said them leg kicks took a toll. So if it goes rounds, it's Ngannou all day. But I think Ngannou will catch him early and not let him off the hook. Ngannou is one of the best finishers I've ever seen. So I go Ngannou first round.
You made a good point in regards to his vast improvement. That's why I brought up the question earlier in regards to him being a different fighter than when he was with his original coach, Fernando Lopez. Because this new camp that he's with is able to take credit for him beating Stipe.
Say it? Oh yeah, credit.
The new camp that he's in, they're able to take credit for him. And they did it by vastly adding more arsenal to his tool set.
Absolutely.
As opposed to just being a striker, he had ground game. He had when he was able to defend the takedown from Stipe, I said, "Oh, it's over."
It was over.
It's over.
It was over.
So, and going back to what you said about his confidence and there he's saying that you're pretty sure that there are tapes of him beating Cyril because the only tapes of Cyril tagging up Ngannou. Ngannou said, yeah, there are tapes of me knocking him down, but they're not gonna release those.
These dudes got the owners,
so
the owners of the tape.
So he knows they both he knows something that we don't, I believe.
Looks so confident.
And Gon's too. Gon knows too. But here's the thing though, Gon is confident too. I think it's one of the situations where they both think that they got better for each other in those sparring situations.
Yeah.
And they both are going in with a certain different kind of confidence.
Yeah.
But in regards to Ngannou, I think the way that fight's gonna play out with Gon, if it's a fight, it's definitely going to Ngannou. But I think Gon is too smart to get into a fight with Francis.
Yeah, this dude is nice.
And I don't know what's telling me this, but I think it may go down to a ground game situation. I think it might go to a ground game situation. And now the question stands, who has a better ground game? Gon or Ngannou? Because neither of them really had you never really seen any of them have or had to go out there and perform any ground game situations.
Right.
Gon was never taken down. No one ever tried to take him down. But Ngannou has been taken down over and over again by Stipe, the greatest UFC champ of all history. We can't take that away from him. And he walked away. Yeah. He walked away from that first one with an. Tell me what you're laughing about. So just put it out there. Bro, all time, bro.
You saying being the greatest of all time, and nobody can take that away from him. That I think. I think that's it's legitimate that he is, or that he was at a point, but the nobody being able.
I think it's that point right now. Here's the thing.
Nobody being able to take that away from him.
No. I mean, for now, right now. When I say no one's gonna be, I mean like just because he lost to Francis recently, don't mean he loses the title automatically as the GOAT. That's the heavyweight GOAT. That's what I think. Maybe if Francis keeps the belt, if he meets him another time, and he laps the division,
what if he wins? If
he beats John Jones, he would definitely be in the conversation. And I think if he beats Stipe again, he puts it's 1-1 though.
Nah. There's wins and there's wins, bro. There's degrees to wins, bro.
Yo, Stipe dominated Francis Ngannou in the first fight in a way I never seen Francis dominated before.
Right, and he tried to do that the second time around, and what happened? Because he tried to go to that, and that was the last thing that happened the last two times they fought. And on top of that, Stipe got knocked out real bad, bro. You assuming he gonna come back from that?
No. What I'm saying is,
bro,
if he comes, what I'm saying is, until they fight a third time, I don't think you could take that GOAT title away from Stipe. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that what I'm saying. I laughed at the part of you saying it can't be taken away from him. I think it's
not right now, because I think
it ain't by what it is. He's not lapping. He's not lapping the field.
You know what made me say that? Because I think it's kind of like he's being disrespected. Like he's kind of even putting back into the conversation as a contender. I think it's low-key disrespectful.
That way.
That the way he's not even included in the conversation for next in line to
because Ngannou just won it, bro. When you say they won
when Juliana beat Amanda, a rematch is already being spoken about right now. Why is Stipe not giving that same kind of respect?
That's different.
How so?
Because this will be the third. Okay,
she's the female GOAT.
It's different.
I get what you're saying because
that's her first loss. I mean, that was his first loss, and with Ngannou and Stipe,
this was Stipe's first loss,
bro. But he
coming off a win from him earlier, and he beat him that time. That's my point.
And it's not Stipe's first loss. Stipe lost before. He lost to DC, knocked out.
No. I'm talking about just in regards to their rivalry, and he corrected that. He corrected that.
This ain't DC, bro. This ain't DC.
No, but what I'm saying is, what do you mean?
Ngannou ain't DC, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is, until they have that trilogy fight, I still believe that we should still give him respect as the heavyweight GOAT. That's what I believe.
I didn't say he wasn't. I laughed at the
But that's
notion
what I
of
said.
that it couldn't be taken away from him. That's what you said, and that's the
Okay,
part I'm
you
like,
know what? Okay, it's probably
and then on top of that, I don't think he's that far ahead of the pack. I really
no.
don't.
I'm not saying he is, but bro,
He
that's telling you
is the
how
GOAT.
crazy.
He is the GOAT. I give you that, but the last time I seen him in the ring, he got knocked out by the dude that got the belt now. OD.
Yo, bro, I'm not saying he's leagues ahead of the pack. This is a heavyweight division. It's for him to even beat. What made him the GOAT? Like, three
Got 9 wins.
champions.
Yeah, good wins. He had 4 straight. He had a lot of wins. He didn't fight Derek Lewis though. That would have been a goodie. It's some names on there.
But I'm hearing is that they talking about him fighting. But I'm hearing them saying that he may fight Stipe. Like they what's next for Lewis? Maybe Stipe. Like that kind of disrespect. I mean, that'd be a good fight, but it's kind of disrespectful for them to even. Yeah,
Ain't
man.
you the one that always talk about champions shouldn't get rematches and all of that? That's you.
It's a case by case situation though, but it's case by case though.
Case by case. Okay.
In Stipe's situation where it's a trilogy situation and there's still that one fight left, he should get that rematch. That's what I'm saying.
I don't mind him getting a rematch, but I just based on what I bro, like I said just earlier in the show, imagery in entertainment is the image. Francis changed up on him and annihilated him, bro. I mean, it looked like, bro, he beat him in a way. I know that they're 1-1, but he beat him in a way where there was no questions, bro. It didn't cross anybody's mind. You saying that right now is like, you're like the only person that's saying this. I think he left the imprint, bro, it's over for that. Like,
all right, but
I mean, I'm not saying you. I mean, you entitled your own opinion. I'm just, to me,
because I'm not a casual. Like this, what I believe. This is what I seen. I seen Ngannou get dominated like I never seen him get dominated before in the Stipe Ngannou fight, the first one.
Right.
He learned and vastly improved, and Stipe made a fatal mistake because what got him knocked out is because Stipe was going to get into a fight with him. That's what happened.
Yeah, but why did Stipe feel the need to do that?
I think he panicked.
It wasn't working, bro. He was getting hit. First of all, the takedown wasn't happening, and then he started getting hit, bro.
He was getting, but I believe he
started getting hit. He couldn't stand to that. He couldn't stand
that knockout punch. That knockout punch, he ran into that one because he was gonna get because he was able to counter back because he was under fire. He was able to counter, and instead of backing away, he rushed forward like he was like to get into the fight with Ngannou. That was a fatal mistake. I think. What if he learns from that?
Well, let me ask you this.
You don't know.
All right, let me just ask this since you brought that up. To me, the way how the fight was going, the way how Ngannou wasn't wasting any energy, he was selecting his punches. He wasn't just wilding. He was going to knock Stipe out. It was coming. It was coming with once he froze that takedown, the takedown attempts, and then started pounding him out. Then he started picking his shots. He caught him on the gate. I'm sitting there looking like, oh man, okay, Stipe got a little. He started to get hit. He started to get hit, and he panicked. But if you look at the momentum of the fight was going that way. Stipe wasn't going to get nothing that was going to hurt.
No, that was Ngannou's fight. I'm not saying it wasn't his fight. I was just pointing out where Stipe went wrong. That maybe the doctor could have been held off a little longer, but that's where he went wrong. He got into the fight.
5 rounds, bro.
I mean,
he wasn't wasting anything, bro.
No. Again, once Ngannou was defending those takedown attempps,
fight was over.
I knew it was over. It was over.
Yeah, it's over.
What I'm saying is,
I don't think people. Yo, go ahead.
No. What I'm saying is, aside from that, there were mistakes that Stipe made that he could probably possibly learn from that make him a different opponent in the third fight. That's what I'm saying.
I feel you, but I think we've seen. He's not a spring chicken, bro. He fights a certain way. Like he can beat you and he can knock you out, and then he unleashed the takedown game. But that was specifically for Ngannou. He didn't really do that with anybody else. So I just the way how he fights, it's not against Ngannou at least. I don't see that, bro. Well, he won't have to worry about fighting Ngannou again.
I mean, there's
I
a
mean,
lot
that
he did.
works. You see, it's hard to but to me, bro, I think it's hard to call somebody a GOAT when there's a guy that beat you in that way and he's still around. Like, say Ngannou leaves.
No,
I think
that's
whoever
why
gets the belt after, bro,
it'd be a shadow. That's why it'd be so. This is why Oliveira is so important to the 155 division, because the fact that him and Khabib never fought each other made him a legit UFC champion that was not a part of the Khabib legacy. Like, what if? You know what I'm saying? There's always that what if that keeps him legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
As opposed to if Poirier had won, it's like, well, he's the champ, but if Khabib was here, then you know we wouldn't be sick. You can't say that with Oliveira. So
true.
If Ngannou wins this belt and walks away, then there'll be a shadow over that division.
Yeah.
But what I was saying in regards to Stipe's GOAT status, I was just saying that his accomplishments shouldn't be looked down upon, or that title shouldn't be taken away from him until that third fight. That's what I feel.
I'm not saying
I
don't disagree with that. I'm not saying be taken away. I'm not saying all of that. I just said the notion of that it can't be taken away from him. That's the part that made me laugh.
Yeah, you know, like, I used the worst raw. It was the worst. It was the
it is in the moment.
Wording.
In the moment.
It was the word wrong. Yeah, it was. I was passionate because this funny. He's disrespected low key.
But you know what's crazy about it? I was thinking about that because I they're rushing to just throw him in the greatest of all time, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It seems in UFC, like, UFC, they're so quick to say that somebody's the greatest of all time. And
but no one's saying that about Juliana Pena, though. After she beat Amanda, they still say Amanda to go, but no, that's why I'm seeing this Stipe. The way they talking about Stipe is kind of low key disrespectful.
Yeah, but Juliana Pena is a different scenario, bro.
Yeah, but
Juliana Pena has losses, bro. She has losses to the other girl that's Valentina Shevchenko, who is also in the conversation of that. Like, she has losses, bro. Like, it's losses, plural. So I mean,
tell me if I'm wrong or right. I say the way that Pena beat Amanda was more dominant than the way that Francis beat Stipe. And I say that because this is why I say that. Ngannou beat Stipe because Stipe made the mistake of trying to get into a fight with Ngannou. Pena lost. That's what happened. Pena, but let me finish. Let me just finish. Hear me out. Then you could go on. Yeah. Pena beat Amanda in a way you could say Amanda beat herself, because it was like she was taken out of the fight. Like, the thing she was used to doing, she couldn't do to Pena, and you saw in her face that she did, like, the fight wasn't in her no more, and the submission wasn't even a full submission from what we see. Like, she just said, oh, you know what, I'm just done. Not today. To me, it was more dominant in that. I think she psychologically dominated Amanda Nunes as opposed to Ngannou beating Stipe in just the firefight.
Bruh, the reason why Amanda Nunes is the GOAT and nobody could take that, nobody in the forever future take that away from her as opposed to Stipe, is because Amanda Nunes has beaten all the important women in mixed martial arts within a round. Ronda Rousey, who put MMA on the map, 1 round. Miesha Tate, who was neck and neck with Ronda Rousey, 1 round. From Strikeforce, 1 round. Holly Holm, kickboxing champion, boxing champion, multiple. The first person to defeat Ronda Rousey, 1 round. Chris Cyborg, who was the most feared female fighter over the last decade. 1 round, bro.
Yeah.
All of these people 1 round. 2 division champion. She went down in weight to fight Pena at that. This fight, she's the greatest of all time, bro. Juliana Pena, matter of fact, the other person that we're talking about as being like the GOAT right under, the person that we have number 1 pound for pound right now, Valentina, Nunes beat her twice. I didn't even get around to her. Twice. and she tapped Juliana Pena out. Tapped out. No, they're not on the same level at all. When I'm looking at Stipe Miocic, the people that, when you look at the heavyweight division, bro, The heavyweight division
Didn't he
is
beat?
limited. It's not.
It's limited. So you can't. If I'm saying you can't, I'm not saying he's the pound for pound king. I'm just saying within that division, he's the GOAT. Didn't he beat the who's who of that division, excluding Derek Lewis, because he haven't fought him yet? He's beating everyone. The who's.
Yeah, and he got knocked
And I
out.
know Francis knocked him out. But which is why I say until they have that trilogy fight, I won't take that GOAT status away from him. That's all I'm saying.
Knocked him out, bro.
He did.
And
he learned from that.
And dominated the action, bro. There's a reason why Stipe panicked and did all of that. Because the fight was going here. The fight was going, I don't know what you was watching. It was going just like I'm sitting there watching the fight like.
I saw what you saw. I saw a fight going down here for him too.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm thinking in my mind, what can he do, bro? He looked like he was trying to, like, his feet was moving, bro. He was trying to get out of there.
Listen, the game plan failed. He should have got it, which is why he got knocked out. He did at that. That was when he decided to try to go in for the firefight. But what I'm saying is this. Yes, he was dominated. Yes, he was knocked out. But what I'm saying is that he fought a Francis Ngannou who learned from how much he was dominated by Stipe during their first fight. Man, I remember when I seen the fight, Ngannou was staggering to his corner after each round.
Exhausted.
Staggering. Exhausted. He was dominating in a way that I didn't like this, and he learned from it, which is kudos to him, which is why he's the champ. He learned from it. What I'm saying is that let's see if Stipe learned from that last bout the way Ngannou learned from the first bout. That's all I'm saying. And if he haven't, then we give the GOAT side. We give that.
What if he? Yo, you know what be getting me, bro? I feel like people underestimate the power of somebody being knocked out. It changes things. It really does. It changes.
It does, but we're gonna see.
Like
but we gotta wait and see how much things change in the third fight. That's what I'm saying. The trilogy is gonna show us how much things change. That's what I'm saying. The trilogy is gonna show us. You don't think it's gonna be a trilogy?
Ain't gonna be
trilogy.
Unless the UFC about to pay up.
Yeah. So much things gotta happen.
Or unless
which is going back to
lose. That could eventually lead to him coming back. He might go on a hiatus and then come back. You know what I'm saying?
If he goes back, Dana White's gonna put him through the ringer.
But if he comes back, that would be like that's all he got. I mean, I don't think it will be even a big deal at that point.
But in regards to my predictions with him and Gane, the reason why I brought up Stipe is because I believe, you know how we talk about how certain fights change a champion's trajectory, like Izzy and Gaslam. Like that's the fight that made that Izzy had to get through that fire to become the man that he is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that first fight with Stipe was that fire that Ngannou had to go through.
Right.
To let him know, like, I can't just be a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
I need to add more tools to my artillery.
Yeah.
And I need to always update it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the fighter that Gane is going to face on the 22nd. He's not going to face the same dude who he's sparring with in Paris under Lopez.
Yeah.
It's a whole different Ngannou.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said ground game is because Cyril Gane, his ground game has never been put on the spot.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Facts.
But Ngannou's ground game was put on the spot and exposed by the heavyweight GOAT during their first bout. Mm-hmm. And he learned from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his experience from that is going to aid him in beating Gane.
Right.
That's what I feel. That's how I was bringing up. That's why I was bringing up Stipe. I think his experience with the ground game is gonna. I won't be surprised if Stipe, not Stipe, if Ngannou not even attempt to take him down, but just a threat. Because when we put that threat out there, now you gotta worry about the strikes and the ground game now.
Right.
And if Gane has to worry about the strikes in the ground. That's way more. That's way less focus on the striking.
Yeah.
More easy for a mistake. Easy for the knockout.
True.
And this is why I feel that Ghana's had a disadvantage here, because Ghana still probably think he's gonna fight that same dude in
Yeah,
Paris, and this is a whole different Ngannou.
whole different animal.
I wouldn't. I would say Ngannou by knockout,
Yeah, okay.
but I'm not going to give it the first round because I believe, like you said, they sparred each other before, so I think that first round they're gonna really feel each other out.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
yeah.
They're gonna really feel each other out. Cause God knows the power of Ngannou, and Ngannou knows the versatility of Gon.
Right, and what he can do.
What he could do. So because of that, they're gonna be more hesitant of one another.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like sometimes during rematches, the opponents, because they know what they could do in that first fight, they're more hesitant to fight because they already felt each other power, they already seen each other's skill sets, so now they're just like they kind of hesitant with it because they learned.
Yeah.
So that first, even though it's their first fight in the octagon, it's not the first time they're facing each other.
Exactly.
And I think it's good. That first round is gonna be a lot of feeling out of one another. And I think then that's when Ngannou might try out some takedown game. Maybe not even fully do it, but just to put it out there.
Have him. All right. So you
just
got
to put that out there.
So you got
second round knockout Ngannou, Francis, and still.
All right. That's what's up.
Still.
Both for Ngannou. Next fight, Brendan Moreno versus Figueroa. That Davison Figueroa.
Part 3.
Oh man. First fight was a barn burner. Yo. We went all out. And the first fight, the interesting thing is going into the first fight after Triple C left, Cejudo, Figueroa he really looked like he was going to be the next big thing. He was taking quick fights back to backs and a month off. He looked that good. And then he comes into this kid who doesn't have the greatest. I mean, his record doesn't look spectacular, but he's been in there tough, and he's a guy who's, as we mentioned before, has gotten better and better. And man,
the King David syndrome.
I mean, that first fight was an all-out brawl draw, but the second fight, I was shocked.
Pure domination on Moreno's side.
That was shocking. I didn't see that coming.
Pure domination.
He learned his opponent and just turned up.
Pure domination.
I remember before that fight, if you remember, Figueroa was starting to do little things in the press conference. He was, you could tell he was a little under pressure. He was under pressure. Maybe I think he felt it. He may have felt it.
Yeah, to me, the way he was acting, like he was trying very hard to play the heel. Like he's trying very hard to get into Moreno's head. Like really trying to convince himself that he could get this job done. Like it was kind of cringy. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't care for it. Like, come on, like this could be. I mean, but again, I never critique a fighter and what he needs to do to get into the mindset to put himself in the octagon. If that's what he had to do, that's what he had to do. So to be fair, but to me, it just felt like it was way out of his character though.
Okay.
It felt like it wasn't natural. He was doing it more for himself than to get into Moreno's head. That's what it felt like to me. That's what it felt like to me. So here's the question now: how you think this third one's gonna go?
Well, if I'm going first, man,
I mean,
after seeing the second fight, I'm gonna go with the guy that won. I'm gonna go with the guy that made the last adjustments. Figueroa is he's very well rounded. Well, he's an excellent striker, that we do know. But this guy Moreno, he's battle tested. He's the champion now. There's a confidence that comes with that. He just, I mean, first of all, he has a case for the first fight, even though it was a draw. For it to be a draw, it was that good of a fight. He made the adjustments, overwhelmed him the second fight, and took his back, tapped him out. Why should I think it? I mean, I'm gonna go with Moreno. I mean, Figueroa has everything to prove here. He's the one with something to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until he proves it, I'm gonna have to go with Moreno. I mean, that's second fight. convincing.
Let me point this out. The first fight, it wasn't a split decision. It was majority decision, which meant
Majority for who?
two of the judges said it was a draw, and one said it was Figueiredo. That's how he won.
Okay. But I mean,
So
that's still
no. I'm saying that to me, that speaks more volumes than just a split decision. The split decision would have been like one judge say Moreno, one judge say Figueiredo. But in this situation, two of them said it was a draw.
That's
but that's how good that fight was. That's how and nobody was mad at that decision.
Yeah.
Because the fight was so close. And I always believe that I always say this, to beat the champ, you have to beat the champ. So if you leave any what's the term I'm looking for? If you're the challenger, exactly, you leave any stone left unturned. If you leave anything up for conversation, then the benefit that's going to go to the champion, and rightfully so.
And it should.
Yeah, rightfully so. So I wasn't mad at that decision for the first fight, but that's to tell you how close that fight was.
Absolutely.
And like you said, Moreno made the correct adjustments, and that fight was a whole different story. Pure domination.
Yeah.
Pure domination.
Yeah.
And you know how we all go back and forth about whether a champion deserves a rematch or not, an immediate rematch or not?
Right.
I feel in this situation, but he wasn't I feel in this situation, Figueiredo should not have gotten the immediate rematch after that second fight. I don't think, because like you said, the first fight was so close that it ended in a majority decision.
Yeah.
The second fight was pure domination. In both fights, Figueiredo didn't make a clear case that he is that guy that could solve the Moreno puzzle. And that's what it's about to me. To me, for you to get an immediate rematch, whether you're a champion or not, that last fight, something had to show us that he may not have gotten the better of his opponent,
right,
but he was doing things that put that opponent in danger, in serious trouble. And he did not do that in the last fight.
Right.
I did not see that in the last fight. So I don't see him deserving this rematch, but the trilogy calls for it. And matter of fact, when you think about it, if Figueiredo wins this one, Moreno has a case for an immediate rematch, because technically speaking, that first fight was so close, you could put that to the side. And I'm just saying, to me, you could put that to the side and have a fourth fight just to clear the air, just to make sure things really get settled, because that first fight was so close. You could shelf it. Yeah, but yeah, so Figueiredo, I don't feel deserve this immediate rematch. But if, like I said, if he wins, I think Moreno could. And you know what? Maybe he may get that immediate rematch, because who else is in the division that could get that be considered contender for the bout?
Well, they'd have to sort that out. I mean, these are the two names. Cejudo left, and he was dominant. So, like, these are the two names. It was supposed to be Figueroa. Figueroa was supposed to take over. He was doing it, and then he runs into Moreno.
The roadblock that is Moreno.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
No, go. Say you gonna say.
No, I think sometimes you got to think of it too as, he was running through everybody. I'm fighting guys quick. Was it record times? I think he was fighting guys like within the next month. And it's interesting. He runs into this dude and beating guys easy. And then here you are in a firefight with this dude. I mean, you got to think, I think going into the second fight, bro, with his actions, the way he was acting in the build up to the fight.
But didn't Moreno have a quick turnaround too?
No, I'm just talking about Figueroa in general, because even going before the Moreno fight, he was taking quick fights. So I'm just saying, he knew what he was getting into in that second fight. With all that he got into that first fight, he knew the second fight was going to be a heck.
But what round you had him in though? Did you sit around?
Oh, I didn't say. Oh no, I didn't say a round. I got Moreno. I'll say 3.
The knockout, submission
again.
Submission.
Yeah, submission again.
Yeah, that okay.
I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see him knocking him out either. Okay, so even though I said I don't believe that he should have got this immediate rematch, he does have it, and I think he's gonna be way more motivated to make his case that he deserves that title back.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a war. I see a war. I see a war, and part of me is saying that because Henry Cejudo is training Figueiredo right now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He is. He is.
Is he training him to be hungry? Because that's what Moreno is.
We'll see.
Woo,
We'll see.
Moreno is hungry.
Moreno is hungry, which is why I still have Moreno by decision.
Yeah.
After a 5-round war.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
So we'll all see each other after the UFC 270 fight on January 22nd, right here on Fighting Words with Kevin Shells. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, spread the word. Fighting Words, Kevin Shells signing out.
Definitely. Later.
Peace.